For this critical thinking exercise, I will be speaking about the ethics of stealth marketing. Hello, my name is Madison Touchton. I am majoring in English with a concentration in British and American literature at the University of South Florida, Sarasota, Manatee. Following graduation, I plan to enter into the marketing field, hopefully working in the marketing department at an organization that I love and believe in, like the Ringling, Disney, or Feld Entertainment. I aspire to eventually lead a marketing team at such an organization and mentor others in the sociolinguistics aspects of marketing, as that is my biggest passion. There are many advertising methods within the marketing field, but the one that has caused the greatest debate in recent years has been stealth marketing. According to Arun Sirichok, stealth marketing, also known as buzz or undercover marketing, is a marketing technique that involves the selling or marketing of a product to audiences without them knowing that they are being marketed to. Martin and Smith further this definition by citing stealth marketing's use of surreptitious practices that fail to disclose or reveal the true relationship with the company producing or sponsoring the marketing message. In addition to deception, stealth marketing can involve intrusion and exploitation of social relationships as means of achieving effectiveness. Some of the most common forms of stealth marketing include undercover actors, product placement, covertly sponsored media, and fake controversy. According to marketing intelligence company SJ Insights, the average person living in a modern society might be exposed to over 5,000 advertisements and brand exposures per day, but we only take note of approximately 150 of them, and an average of only 12 ads make an impression on us per day. This drastic filtering process is a result of evolution. As explained by Arun Sirichok, as the prevalence of advertisements in our daily lives has skyrocketed over the past few decades, audiences have evolved. We have learned to filter the bombardment of information coming at us, blocking out whatever we deem trivial and practicing selective attention to focus only on what matters to us. The rise of technologies like the remote control, ad blockers, and online filtering allow audiences to further protect themselves from advertisements. But these protections fall flat when we don't even realize that what we are being exposed to is an ad. As brands continue to find new ways to integrate ads for their products into every facet of our lives, the issue of stealth marketing has come to the forefront of the marketing ethics conversation. The ethical dilemma of stealth marketing is rooted in the issue of trust. A 2015 Ad Age survey found that only 4% of respondents believed that advertising and marketing professionals practice integrity. With this score, advertising and marketing professionals retain the lowest percentage of trust among those professionals listed, 2% below the U.S. Congress and 5% below financial institutions. In answer to the follow-up question, why do media professionals lie? 69% of respondents cited media professionals' desire to sell their products, brands, and ideas more effectively. Crucial to any stealth marketing campaign is the potential consumer's ignorance to the fact that the message they are being exposed to is a sponsored ad. Whether these messages be delivered through product placements in movies, TV shows, or music videos, sponsored videos or blog reviews, fake controversy, or undercover actors, stealth marketing usually relies on the customer's willingness to trust another consumer for a review of a product more than the company selling that product. Stealth marketing deceives customers and takes advantage of the trust they have for one another by allowing marketers to disguise themselves as consumers. Stealth marketing sneaks past our defenses. Without the knowledge that a product placement or controversy is an ad, consumers leave their guards down. In these instances, consumers pay more attention to the messages presented in these ads than they otherwise would, under the impression that the messages are innocent and genuine. It is then easier for marketers to seize consumers' attention and exploit them by influencing their thoughts and behaviors. Though effective in its effort to take advantage of consumers' unguarded attention, stealth marketing also puts marketers at risk of tarnishing their reputations. Once consumers discover that their source of information was untruthful, they often lose respect for that organization and become suspicious of other product and service messages in the future, no matter their source. Additionally, stealth marketing can often go unmonitored and unregulated due to its discreet and personal nature. Because there is less monitoring of stealth ads than general ads, we run the risk of the messages in these stealth ads being untruthful, which can be harmful to consumers. To prevent these lasting consequences to consumers and marketers alike, one major question must be answered. What is the most effective and sustainable solution to the ethical issue of stealth marketing? There are many regulations already in place to prevent the stealth marketing and diminish its deceptive nature. The Federal Trade Commission's advertising law states that advertising must be truthful and non-deceptive, advertisers must have evidence to back up their claims, and advertisements cannot be unfair. The American Marketing Association's Statement of Ethics compels marketers to foster trust in the marketing system by upholding the values of honesty, fairness, and openness. The AMA thus requires marketers to create transparency in all marketing operations by telling the truth in all situations and at all times, and representing their products in a clear way, while avoiding false, misleading, or deceptive promotion. The Word of Mouth Marketing Association's Code of Ethics requires all marketers to maintain honesty of relationship, opinion, and identity. In other words, WOMA requires marketers to disclose to consumers what company is sponsoring them, what they truly believe about the product, and who they themselves truly are. Despite companies' violation of these regulations when using stealth marketing, this form of marketing remains in use, with companies often allocating up to 15% of their overall marketing budget to non-traditional marketing practices, including stealth marketing. In recent years, however, several researchers have suggested methods of curbing the deceptive nature of stealth marketing. Martin and Smith suggest avoiding deception and exploitation altogether by seeking alternatives to the more deceitful forms of stealth marketing, such as using ethically acceptable humor, entertainment, and competition in more harmless, covert advertisements to stand out to consumers amidst the thousands of ads we are exposed to daily. Arun Sirachok suggests adopting similar regulations to those used in the rating of films, such as stating the presence of product placements in the media prior to or during the movies and TV shows in which those products will be advertised, in order to make the audience aware of the advertisement's existence. Roy and Chattopadhyay suggest that third parties, such as public interest groups, regulatory agencies, and retailers, adopt a more powerful role in countering and policing stealth marketing practices, blowing the whistle when a company uses such practices and administering punishments, such as pulling the product from store shelves. However, as these solutions have yet to prove effective and sustainable, the prevalence of stealth marketing and its ethical ramifications continues relatively unchecked. Each of these regulations and suggestions relies on unstable assumptions and has ethical and practical limits. Relying simply on government regulations can be a slippery slope. Restrictions and bans on advertising are often considered to be infringements on Americans' constitutional right to freedom of speech. Current regulations also assume that ethical issues are black and white and overlook the company's intent when marketing a product. Martin and Smith's solution of avoiding deception by using ethically acceptable forms of covert marketing assumes that marketers and consumers can distinguish between harmful and harmless covert marketing. In reality, it further blurs the lines between acceptable and unacceptable covert marketing practices, and thus runs the risk of marketers mistaking stealth marketing for a relatively harmless covert marketing campaign, again placing consumers at risk of deception and exploitation. Arun Sirachok's solution of including product placement warnings before or during films only addresses the issue of product placement, and overlooks other forms of stealth marketing, such as undercover actors and fake media and controversy. This solution also relies on the assumption that product placements are always distinct from other non-sponsored uses of products in movies and TV, and that product placements can easily be identified, categorized, and communicated to all audiences. Roy and Chattopadhyay's solution of giving third parties the power to police companies' uses of stealth marketing and punish them for it is the most extreme of the three solutions suggested here, and assumes that these third parties will be fair in policing companies and doling out punishments. It also verges into freedom of speech infringing territory, even if it is in the name of protecting consumers from deception and exploitation. Recognizing the ethical and practical limits of these approaches, I suggest a solution that combines the core ideas of each approach in an effort to reduce these ethical issues. As a consumer going into the marketing field, I try to see the stealth marketing debate from both sides, but I tend to lean towards protecting consumers, since every individual, no matter his or her occupation, is a consumer, and consumers are what keeps companies and their marketing departments afloat. My solution is therefore more focused on protecting the consumer from deception and exploitation, though this would in turn benefit companies. I propose regulating from all sides, from the government, as is currently in place, from consumers, and from within each company and amongst companies in a given market. I believe that current government regulations could be expanded slightly to more clearly define stealth marketing and distinguish it from other covert marketing. But companies may find ways to maneuver around these regulations if it means they will make a greater profit. In the end, companies need funds to survive, and consumers therefore hold any given company's future within their grasp. If a company betrays its consumers' trust through deception and exploitation, the consumer base, having lost respect for that company, will inevitably transfer its loyalty and its funds to a competing company. Alongside the threat of legal punishment, this threat of consumer backlash and the resulting loss of funds and tarnishing of a company's reputation would provide incentive for companies to regulate each other and themselves. By self-regulating, a company will hold itself to a higher standard above stealth marketing for fear of losing customers. And in policing each other, companies will blow the whistle when another company attempts to use underhanded tactics to get ahead, thus preventing the proliferation of stealth marketing. The main weakness to this approach is that it relies on many parties to regulate each other and maintain fairness and ethics. It also assumes that regulators, consumers, and competitors will recognize when a company is resorting to stealth marketing. However, the approach is designed to allow consumers to determine when they believe that they are being deceived or exploited. And the many parties involved in this approach provides a system of checks and balances. As I progress in the marketing field, I will continue to suggest approaches to solving the ethical dilemma of stealth marketing, editing my proposal as I learn more about the field and others' suggestions. To solve the issue of the ethics of stealth marketing and prevent the deceiving and exploitation of consumers, we must implement an effective, sustainable method of keeping companies' uses of stealth marketing in check without relying solely on government regulation. By encouraging consumers to hold companies accountable with the force of their money and respect, professionals in the marketing field can provide checks on companies' marketing tactics, thus better ensuring customer protection from deception and exploitation. As consumers develop a more positive outlook on companies and their marketing, consumer trust in these areas will begin to repair as well, as the marketing field slowly but surely climbs out of the hole it dug for itself through the use of unethical practices. Eventually, this may lead to a more positive, transparent marketing culture, as relationships between companies and their consumers are mended.